Welcome back, and now bringing even more color to the conversation, we're joined by Boca Raton-based designer Nikki Levy. She's here to share how statement-making hues can elevate a space and redefine what luxury looks like today. Thank you so much for coming.
Such a pleasure. I'm excited to be here.
Wonderful. Well, we're excited to continue talking about color. I feel like that's a big trend that's happening now at KBIS and beyond. Nikki, how do you define bold color in luxury design today?
So I believe color is neutral. I believe the grass is green, the sky is blue, we are surrounded by color all the time, and depending on how you use it, it can either make a statement and be a small part of a grand neutral design, or it can be the full design, and it almost becomes the backdrop. So it's not a color, it's now become the neutral.
So you're saying like potentially a hot pink could turn into a neutral?
Totally.
But how do you do that? What does that mean?
We literally have just done that. We went into a home where it's very white, very clean, very beautiful, and we hot pink ombre the walls from the bottom up. And it's funny because it doesn't hit you in the face. You would think that this would, yeah, I'm telling you, it does not hit you in the face. It's really just a beautiful, gentle, there she goes.
This is it.
Yes. So it's there, it's making a statement, it's bold, but it's not overwhelming, and it's actually quite restful. I don't think everyone could live in this space, but the family who does live here are so thrilled.
But you've balanced it with white couches.
Correct.
But I love the touches of other colors too. So you've got oranges in the kitchen, and look at that cool piece of art on the coffee table, like
amazing?
Sliding down. What is that?
That was an accessory that we sourced that was just a disco ball waiting to explode, I suppose. But the whole house was just elements of fun and drama. But it doesn't eat you alive. It doesn't make you feel claustrophobic. It's very fresh. It's very happy. It's very bright.
Where do you think your love of color came from?
So I'm from South Africa. You would go on the streets of South Africa, and there are women on the side of the road beading the most beautiful, brightly colored beads that you've ever seen. I have spray painted my mother's succulents in her garden when I was small because I did not approve of the monochromatic
Wait,
tone.
did you say you would spray paint succulents?
Yes.
The green
Yes.
plants?
My mom supplied me with paint and let me spray paint them because I didn't love just the tone, you know. So it just is in me. It will always be in me, and it's a forever thing.
All right, you just showed us a pink room that you decorated, and your nails are hot pink. Am I catching a trend here that this might be a favorite color?
And my house is pastel pink. I love pink. Love pink.
You're so funny. I think it's fabulous. Do you use neutral colors?
Oh, if you look at my Instagram, we are very neutral, but that's the beauty of design. I don't want to be in a box. I don't want to have to be neutral. I don't want to have to be colorful. I want to be whatever I am in that moment and whatever the home speaks and tells me it needs. I am very eclectic, and I want to have fun. That's why I'm in the industry. I don't want to be doing the same things over and over.
So can you use color incorrectly though?
Yes.
Well, how do you make mistakes when it comes to using color?
So I think it's, I suppose, personal. I never want to feel like I'm being taken in by a space. I want to feel fresh and alive and happy in a space. So if color hits me in the face and I feel like everywhere I look, this is color. Like for instance, this home is neutral. We use blues.
Yeah.
It's gentle. It's so pretty. It's there, but it's not taking away from the serenity of the space. I like calm. I like serene. I like comfortable. So, you know, there are people, I'm sure, who could live in a wildly crazy home. It's just not me.
Because you need places for your eyes to be able to rest.
Sure, exactly. And also you live in this frenetic, frantic universe where everything is rushing past you. And I think when you're in your home, you want to feel that rest. You want to feel that peace, whatever that means to you.
Yeah. I feel like color is often used in living rooms and kind of more formal spaces. But how can you incorporate color into kitchens and bathrooms?
Oh, wow. I mean, what I absolutely love about design today is that there are no rules. We've done, in that house we just showed you, a bright orange hood. It was super fun. But there's wallpapers, you can paint cabinetry, you can do backdrops you can do lighting. We just did the most exquisite, totally neutral home, but did navy blue lighting, and it just looked so sensational.
How do you do navy blue lighting? What does that mean?
So we got from Truing, it's a phenomenal company. They make hand glass links, just cascading down with the balls at the end. It is so chic and so sophisticated and so stunning. It could not be more beautiful.
That's really exciting. Are you seeing certain colors that people are leaning into these days?
So at the moment, I'm seeing a lot of the burgundies and you know, the ultra deep warm tones, which I happen to love, but I've always loved them. We actually hit that before it became a trend, and now I'm not really wanting to do it anymore because I don't want to ever be in the pocket of a trend. This is our Kips Bay house.
I was just about to ask you about it because your Kips Bay Palm Beach room made a big impression.
Oh, yes. It was really widely and well received. My Kips Bay house, in the rug, there was 81 colors. I had 2 hallways and a stairwell. In that ombre across the entire room, there were 37 colors. It was 850 square feet, and it moved from light to dark. It tracked moods. The whole theme of it was tracking a mood.
So it told a story.
A total story.
And how did you figure out how the colors would move together with each other?
So it was so interesting. So when I started designing, I was obviously in a very good mood, and I was designing light and bright. And as the days went on and I was designing the space, because I had to do it in vignettes because it was so expansive, I realized my mood was changing. And as my mood was changing, so were the colors. And in the end, I had this fresh and whimsical and romantic space. I had a bright, vibrant space. I had a dark, sort of deep teal and blue space, which sort of mimicked that cocoon, that like rest that I needed. There, you can see. So it went from the bright, happy stairwell, and then it sort of turned the corner into a very, very dark.
And you had to figure out how the colors would talk to each other because you can't have too much of a jolt, otherwise
no, that ombre, it was smoothly went from one color to the next. It was magnificent. It took 2 artists 6 weeks to do. Literally the day we got...
Not just painters, these are artists.
These were artists.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and you know what the funny thing is, again...
Oh, because here we can see how the ombre moves.
It transitions.
But look what you did also in that space with the greenery.
Yes, so that actually was me nearly killing myself on a stairwell. I love putting together greenery, and I think it's also a great way to bring color into a space.
Oh, that's a good point.
It really is. It should never be overlooked. And that's why I say green is a neutral, blue is a neutral, pink is a neutral. They're all colors found in nature.
That's so funny. You're working on some exciting new collaborations in tile, furniture, pottery. Can you tell us about those?
So I started my pottery journey a couple of years ago, of which I am obsessed and in love. And as I was doing it, I was visualizing things sort of products emanating from it. So I developed a tile line which is launching at Coverings this year. It's so beautiful. It's also just a play of materials. There's marble and glass and, you know, just everything, ceramics obviously. Then I've just designed a collection with Abner Henry, which is launching in High Point, which my love of drapery has abounded because I designed it after drapes. It's a furniture piece. Rugs, I've just launched a rug line.
Wow.
I'm a very busy person.
It sounds like you're a very busy person. And I want to go back to what you were speaking of earlier, being raised in South Africa. I would imagine you travel quite a bit. Mm-hmm. And how does that influence your use of color in design?
So it's so interesting. So South Africa, I think has a huge impact on what I feel about design. especially because there wasn't access to everything that you get here, so you had to be very creative. So you never always started with the thing. You know, you kind of had to make it your own, and I think I've continued that down the line. That's why I think wall detail is so important to me, because the amount of wallpapers was limited, and so a lot of woodwork, a lot of millwork was really important in my aesthetic. But also, South Africa was very cotton Europe's trails with design. As Europe did something, South Africa would follow shortly. So that was a great lesson as well. Travel to London, you know, to Malaysia, Middle East, to all over the world, and every single time you leave your front door, whether it's from home or on an aeroplane 12,000 miles, there should be something there that's interesting to you, that catches your attention.
That you can bring back incorporate into your work. I have to say, a long time ago.
This is my house.
This is your house?
This
okay.
is my house.
Well, let's talk about it. What have you done on the walls? Look at that bar.
Yes, so this is a Chiba wallpaper, which I absolutely love. We used, you know, my husband does love his beer, so he obviously needed his keg. I mix materials. I love the terrazzo, I love the leather strap. I love the amount of color, but it never feels. Oh, and there's my pink pottery in the corner there.
Oh, that's so pretty. That pop of pink.
Yeah, it never feels overwhelming. And in fact, my husband hosts poker nights, and this is a man's room, and they love it. And they come, and that's my stairwell. That again is plaster art in the stairwell. So I truly. I put my money where my mouth is, and I do use color in my own life.
And you're a guinea pig on yourself first before you take it into other clients' rooms.
Totally.
Well, I'm seeing that, you know, this is a beautiful sort of blush pink, and then in the room that we showed before with the blues,
and that's my family room.
Oh, and this is your family room, more blues. But look at that! Look at those cool chairs.
Yeah, no,
they're like swings.
Yeah, they're swings. So I designed my house so that my kids would want to bring their friends, and that we would be the hub.
Very smart.
And it is. Everyone just loves it. It feels very resort. Everyone loves being here. It's a really happy environment.
But this goes back to how you were raised. And you know, when I was in South Africa many years ago in Cape Town, and I was shocked at the access to nature, almost the mountains and the hiking and the beach, and it was just like you feel like you're very much in a city, but you also feel like you're in the country at the same time.
There's a plant that you can. There's a species of plants you can only get in Cape Town called fynbos, which has this particular smell that hits you as you get off the aeroplane. That doesn't leave you. And we had an apartment on Table Mountain, and I will tell you that there is nothing better than waking up and just seeing that view and that vision.
Yeah,
and
I think I hiked that mountain.
Oh.
My husband is from Colorado, so we were on our honeymoon, but did a lot of hiking in Cape Town, and I don't know, I was just really enamored.
It's magnificent, and Stellenbosch, and you know, the most similar I've seen is California. Like the Big Sur is very similar to South Africa.
Wholeheartedly. We actually went to the botanical garden in Cape Town. I could not believe the species of plants and flowers.
It's insane. Did you see the Dylan Lewis statues?
Yes.
Oh my God, we have two of them. They are so beautiful. He is such an extremely talented artist.
Well, I can see how you are inspired by South Africa, and you bring that into your work that is incredibly beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing your love of color with us. I've learned so much from you. Thank you very much.